Hi everyone, let's go over my bullish and bearish low time frame Elliott Wave scenarios on Bitcoin, starting with the low time frame bullish scenario where we were looking for a three-wave structure to the downside in an ABC, bouncing in the most common target area for a wave C, which is between the 1 and the 1.236, trend-based sub-extension taken from the high to the low of A to the high of B for then a move towards the upside. Now this move to the upside in the bullish scenario then either has to be a wave A or a wave 1, followed then by a corrective structure, which is either a wave 2 or a wave B. You can see this looks impulsive. You can also count a nice 5-wave structure in here, and this looks at its 10 now more like a sideways structure, so a corrective structure. Now we do have some support below where price is at the moment, which is around 25,750, because we have a daily naked point of control. We have a daily level and we have the 786, and the 786 is for both the wave 2 and the wave B a common target, after which you then expect a move to the upside in either a wave C or a wave 3. And a wave C is usually a bit more lazy and sideways, and the volume is quite similar to a wave A, while a wave 3 tends to be more impulsive, something like this, where you also want to see the volume moving with price towards the upside. So that's an important difference between a wave 3 and a wave C, and we have to wait and see what we're gonna get. The invalidation of this scenario is if price is going to push through the support area and hits the invalidation, taking the lows at 25.3k. If we look at the resistance area just above price at the moment, we see a couple of target boxes that I do like to mention. The first resistance area is between 28k and 28.1k, and the second one is between 28.9k and 29.3k. If we look at the more bearish scenario, which is an alternative scenario at the moment, this is still a three-wave structure, but instead of this being an A, B, C with C ending over here, the wave C ends on the left, and this is then a three-wave structure to the upside. This is an alternative scenario purely because this wave C is so extended. If you take a trend-based fib extension from the low of A to the high of A to the low of B, then you can measure the length of wave C, and a rare target for a wave C is the 2.618. But as you can see, we clearly pushed far beyond the 2.618, which is already a rare target for a wave C. So that means this scenario has a lower probability just because this wave C is so extended compared to the A and the B, and then an expanding flat. So it's an A, B taking the lows over here, and then you have a C to the upside, which is then a wave A. The invalidation of this scenario at the moment is then at about 27.4k, because you now want to see a move to the downside in a wave B before continuation. And there's probably like two scenarios at the moment. You can have an A, B, C wave, something like this, but we can also have an expanding flat in this scenario, which is a 3. Then you have a 3 where you actually take the lows of the origin of wave A, maybe hitting the yellow target box over here as well, which is sitting between 24,850 and 24.3k, before then continuation to the upside in a wave C, and then you get an expanding flat 3, 3, and then a 5-wave move towards the upside. Now what I like about the bullish scenario, and actually both scenarios are still resulting in upside, right? Like the bullish scenario, you expect support and then a move up, and in a bearish scenario, well, yeah, potentially we can take these lows, all good, all fine, hit the target box, but you still expect a move towards the upside. And what I like about a move towards the upside is the channel. So if we have a look at the channel over here, this channel has been taken from the high at 31k to then the high over here to then the low over here, right? And you can see important trend line, which I can imagine many people are following. And what I like about this is if price can push towards the upside and break above the channel. So if I have the target boxes, you can see that the target boxes that actually mentioned to the upper side are above the channel, which is interesting also with the medium time frame scenarios mentioned in my previous video. So price can then move towards the upside, break out of the trend line and the channel, which can be a signal for many people that do trend line trading and channel trading and that sort of stuff, to be like, hey, we are breaking out, we're gonna go long and all that stuff. But instead, people go long here, people might go long here, maybe we even get a nice back test, you know, something like this, and then people are going to be bullish. They'll be like, yo, we're going to go back to 31k, but instead price finds resistance. Everyone that is buying is creating the liquidity for then bigger positions to enter their shorts for then a move towards the downside, which is then something I'm looking for on the medium time frame scenarios. Now, I went into detail into these scenarios in my previous videos, so you can check these out in my previous video. If we then have a little look at the micro scenarios, then I think it is very nice to actually use some screenshots from the community. I just woke up and checked the community, and I saw that John and KG in the group have been busy trying to count this lower time frame structure over here, which is the 15 minutes. So John over here looking for a 3-wave down, then potentially a WXY, and then another 3-wave down. And if I quickly go to the 15 myself and kind of show you what he was posting over here, is like a 3-wave down, then a WXY, and then eventually a 3-wave down, where then again the support area can be very interesting. And if we go to KG and I zoom out a little, he's on the 5-minute. Again, a 3-wave structure, then in a W, but then the wave X is the impulsive structure over here, the quick move up, and then potentially another wave A, triangle B, and then a wave C, where this wave C, here you see, is ending around that 786 in his very micro low time frame count. So he has then this W, X, and then he's looking again for a 3-wave structure, and then a wave Y ending around this blue target box. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what price is going to do, if it is going to get here, how it's going to react with this blue support area for then potentially a bounce towards the upside. And if we look at the CVD divergences that we have very locally, then we don't have any bullish divergences going on over here. So a higher low on price and a lower low on the blue CVD, those are not seen. As you can see, the yellow line over here is far above the yellow line over here that we had down here. So there's no like bullish divergences with the low that has been made. But instead, what we do see are bearish divergences during the retracement. So for example, over here, you can see prices moving towards the upside, but lower high on price, higher high here on the CVD. This is the 15 minutes. So if you go to the 5, you might even see it a lot better over here, right? So lower highs on price, but you can see on the yellow line, higher highs on the CVD. There's downside pressure, right? Longs are being absorbed because that's what CVD is showing in this particular scenario, right? The CVD is market positions opening, either shorts or longs, and now price is moving towards the downside after seeing the longs being absorbed. So that's exactly what you want to see with the CVD divergence. So this one already played out as well, by the way, because we took the low, not yet this low, but that's fine. So we have to wait and see if price can actually take this low, and if it moves towards the downside towards this blue target box, because that's basically what we are then looking for. Now finally, if we check the news actually this week, I haven't been checking it this week because of Croatia, but I do like to show you, then you can see that on Monday we already had some high impact news, but actually today nothing is really up. There's no high impact news. I always look for the red flags. We have a bit of an orange flag at 2:30 p.m. so yeah, okay, but there's no high impact news anymore the rest of this week. So let's wait and see what price is gonna do. Now I hope this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the most recent educational update I've done about the best trading indicator you can use in my opinion. And for now, thanks for watching and subscribing, and I will see you at the next one. Bye bye.